Hello everyone. In this video, we will be discussing about Standard 6 Bio, the chapter 2, the cell. Now, in this chapter, children, first we will know what is a cell. So, as you know, the living organisms all are made up of cells. So, what is that cell actually? So, see, children, as suppose we construct a building, then in that building, what we do, the basic structure of which the building is made is bricks. So all the bricks are joined together to make the building, so that in case of living organisms, any organism, the basic structure of which it is made, it is called cell. So that is why, what is the cell? You can see in your book, a cell is the basic unit of life. So what we can say, the definition of cell is the structural and functional unit of an organism. Means whatever characteristic features, whatever functions are carried out in our body, that is ultimately done in the individual cell. Okay, now we come to discovery of cells. Now what happened is how the cells were first discovered. So a scientist named Robert Hooke. Please underline this in your book. Robert Hooke is the scientist who discovered the cell. So what did he do actually? He observed a thin slice of cork under a microscope, and he found that these cork, it consists of the compartments like this, and each compartment he coined the term as the cell. So this Robert Hooke was the scientist who first discovered the cell. Then you can see here Anton von Leeuwenhoek. He was the scientist who discovered, you can see here, know the scientist part. Please underline that, and that's important. He was the person who found out microscope. Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Next we come to cell theory. Now as you read in maths and in physics, there are theories behind. Like that in biology also, for the cell there is a theory put forward, and this cell theory was put forward by, I have underlined the names of the scientists. Please learn. The spelling is difficult. Practice it properly, children. Matthias Jakob Skliden, Theodor Schevan, and Rudolf Virchow. These are the three scientists who put forward the cell theory. And what did they say? The cell theory states, this is very, very important. All living organisms are made up of one or many cells. Cell is the structural and fundamental unit of living organisms, and new cells arise from older cells by division. That means any new cell cannot be generated by itself. It has to be obtained by the division of the pre-existing cells. So please learn these 3 points of the cell theory. Coming to next, diversity in cells. That means the cells vary in number, cells vary in shape, and cells vary in size. Let's see what is that. Cells vary in number. It means that some organisms are there which are unicellular, some are there which are multicellular. So what is that unicellular, children? See, I have underlined that. The organisms which are made up of a single cell, they are called unicellular. Examples are given in your books. Please learn that. And in that unicellular organism, that single cell will only perform all the functions. You know very well, the example of unicellular organism is amoeba. Coming to multicellular, the organism consists of many cells, and these different cells carry out different functions. Examples are given. Next we come to variation in cell shape. Means the cells are of different shapes. What are they? Multicellular organisms, as they have many different types of cells. So based on their function, the cells are having different shapes. You see here, nerve cells are elongated, muscle cells are cylindrical and branched, skin cells are flat in shape, white blood cells, they are amoeboid, means they can keep on changing their shape and they destroy the germs. Sperm sperm cells, they swim to long distances, so they have a tail to swim. Cells in the plants may be hexagonal, rectangular or spherical. So like this, different shapes of cells, the diagrams are given, children. You can see that. No need to practice the diagram. Next we come to variation in cell size. Means some cells are very small. Cells are usually microscopic in size. Means we have to see that under the microscope. Like you see the unit of, you can see here, the cells are measured in the unit called micron or micrometer. And what is the measurement of that? 1 micron. 1 micrometer is equal to, you can see, 1 millionth of a meter or 1,000th of a millimeter. So you can see here how much is the, the 1 micron is so small, so it can be seen only under a microscope. But there are some cells, this Mycoplasma bacterium, this is the smallest cell, the measurement is given here. Nerve cell is the longest cell, and this giraffe has the longest nerve cell. These are the examples you have to remember. Revision zone, you can do that. The portion which I have already discussed, based on that only it is given. You try to solve it. Coming to structure of cell. This is very, very important, children. This is the important part of this chapter. Now, cell basically consists of 3 parts. Cell basically consists of 3 parts, that is cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. You can see here there is one term called organelles. What is this organelle, children? You can see this diagram. So many parts are shown in the cell, and these organelles are the different living structures which are present inside the cell. So as in the definition, or as in that part I told you, cell consists of 3 main parts. That is, see this diagram, cell membrane, this part is the cytoplasm, and this central part is the nucleus. Now in the cytoplasm we will find there are so many other living structures present. These are called organelles. Clear, children? Now you see here, this is one diagram of a cell and this is another diagram of a cell as it is given in your book also. You can see here, this is one picture, this is another. Below that you see animal cell, and here it is plant cell. So plant cell is green in color, you can see that. Animal cell, there are some specific features you will find only in plant cell, and some are there which are present only in the animal cell. You can see here in this outermost boundary, here in the animal cell you see only one thin line. This is called cell membrane. But in case of plant cell, for extra protection, like if there is thunderstorm or wind or excess heat, you can run inside your home. Can a plant enter inside? No. That is why it has been provided with an extra protection, that is done by cell wall. Clear? Now, in this chapter we will go through the individual parts now, which are the different parts of the plant. As you can see here, first one, cell membrane. It is the outermost part. It is also called plasma membrane, and the function is protects the cell and gives it shape. Selectively permeable means it can select certain substances and allow their passage inside the cell. So it is selectively permeable. Coming to cell wall. Cell wall, as I told, it is the structure which is present only in the plant cell. Yes. And this extra layer, it provides rigidity and protection to the plant cell. It is completely permeable. Like plasma membrane allows only certain selected substances to move, but cell wall, it allows all the substances to pass through it. Next one is the nucleus. It is the very important part of the cell. It is the major part of the cell and main function. It is also called the brain of the cell because it controls the entire functioning of the cell. It is, you can see this picture, children. This is the diagram of a nucleus. You have to practice this, very, very important. You will also practice the diagram of plant cell and animal cell along with the labelings. See this nuclear membrane. It is the outermost covering of the nucleus. Inside this part is called the nucleoplasm. Now in this nucleoplasm, you see here so many thread-like structures are there which are called chromosomes. Okay, now these chromosomes contain some certain points, certain structures which are called here, you see, genes. What are these genes? They help in the transfer of characters from parents to the offsprings. Next we have nucleolus. This is one more rounded structure present in the nucleus. So this is all about the structure of nucleus. Now cytoplasm, this part, the region of the cell which is inside the cell membrane is called cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like substance in which all these structures which you can see here, these are present in the cytoplasm. And function of cytoplasm is it carries out all the activities of the cell, because these organelles which are present in the cytoplasm carry out different functions. So what are the parts in the cytoplasm? Golgi apparatus. See here, this part, this is the Golgi apparatus. This consists of stack of tubules. Just see, one after the other, these tubules are present. This helps in, what is the function? It helps in secretion of chemical substances. Next we come to mitochondria. This is a very organelle which is important organelle in a cell, because this is the organelle which is bounded by double membrane, and its main function is it provides energy for the cellular activities. So it is also called powerhouse of the cell, provides energy, provides power. Next, vacuole. Vacuole is mainly found in plant cell, which in the animal cell it may or may not be present. If it is present in very small size. You see the diagram here, this part, this big white portion, this is the vacuole which is present centrally, but in case of animal cell, you see here vacuoles are, here you see small one. So in case of animal cell, vacuoles may or may not be present, but in plant cell the vacuole is centrally present and it's a very large. And what is the function? This tonoplast is important, children, the membrane which surrounds vacuole. This vacuole, you see, it is surrounded itself by a membrane, so it is called as tonoplast. And function of vacuole, it stores the water and mineral in the which is absorbed by the plant, that is called sap, and that is stored in the vacuole. Next is lysosome. This is the structure which is found in animal cells only. It is absent in plant cell. And what does this contain? Lysosome, you see here this diagram. This lysosome, it is surrounded by a membrane, and inside it, it contains some enzymes. What is the function of these enzymes? These enzymes are actually the chemical substances, so that if suppose any part of the cell is damaged or destroyed, or it is torn, or any germ enters into the cell, then all those are destroyed by the enzyme of this lysosome. Hence it is also called cell suicidal bag. You see here there are two terms, intracellular, extracellular. Intracellular means anything found inside the cell, extracellular found outside the cell. Then also these enzymes will be secreted and it will damage them. Then you see here suicide bag, this is important. Next, ribosomes. These are again small structures which are present in the cytoplasm, and they help in protein synthesis, means formation of proteins. Endoplasmic reticulum. What is this endoplasmic reticulum? You see here, this one. This tube, these structures, this forms the skeleton of the cell. And what do they do? You can see here some dotted structures present on this endoplasmic reticulum. These are actually ribosomes. If ribosomes are present on the endoplasmic reticulum, it is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. If no ribosomes are there, it is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Then coming to the next one, that is centrosome. This is the structure which is present only in the animal cell. This one, it is absent in plant cell, and function is it will help in cell division. Next important organelle you see here, children, this chloroplast, that is the plastid which is present only in plant cell. See here, plastid, it is the organelle which contains the pigments. Plant part you will see leaf is green in color, fruits and flowers are having different colors, root is having different color. That is why this plastid is that organelle which provides color to different parts of the plant. Chloroplast, it is the green coloring pigment which help in carrying out photosynthesis. Then it contains the green pigment called chlorophyll. Chromoplasts, they contain the non-green pigment, means all the colors, bright colors of flowers and fruits, that is provided by chromoplast. Leucoplast, this is colorless and it is present in the roots, and function is it store food in the form of carbohydrate, protein and fats. And you can see here there is one more term called amyloplast. Leucoplast containing starch, that is called amyloplasts. Yes, very good. Now let us come to this table, children, difference between plant and animal cells. Please go through. This is very, very important. Please learn it by heart. Revision zone, try to solve. Cell division and growth, we will not read in much detail, only you know what is that cell division. It is the process by which a single cell divides into two or more than two, that is called cell division. And the new cells which are formed, they are called daughter cells. Now this process of cell division, there are two types of processes. One is equational or mitosis, another is reductional or meiosis. Only that much. Don't read in detail. Next, what is the importance of cell division? Growth. So by cell division, there is growth of the organism. Number two, replacing dead or damaged cell. Suppose any cell in your body is damaged. Like suppose bone cells, you have a fractured bone. Then suppose the cell will not divide. How will the bone again regain its shape? That is why, that is to replace dying cells, damaged cells, worn out cells. Third part, reproduction. So this cell division is also helping in reproduction. So this is about importance of cell division. Now the keywords, children, please learn by heart all the keywords. These are very, very important. No need to write in the copy. You learn directly from the book. Next, I will discuss the exercise part. You see here, choose the correct answer. I have done it. You can see that, and please do that in your books. Fill in the blanks also. I have tick marked the correct answer, underlined the correct answer. Please see this and you can do in your book itself. True, false also I have done corrections along with the corrections. Please do it in your books. Yes. Now differentiate between unicellular, multicellular. 2 points. 1 point will be definition and 1 point will be example. So that is made up of single cell, made up of many cells. Single cell perform all the functions, different cells perform different functions, and third you can write the example. Cell membrane and cell wall, you can write any. I have written here 4 points. You find out from the book and try to write if you can. That is cell membrane, it is the outermost structure of the animal cell. Cell wall is the outermost structure of the plant cell. Second point, cell membrane is selectively permeable, cell wall is freely permeable. Third point, cell membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. See here, lipids and proteins. Proteins you know, children, but lipid is actually, it is a type of fat. And cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cellulose. C-E-L-L-U-L-O-S-E. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. So 3 points I have told you, and one more point you can write. Cell membrane is a living structure, cell wall is non-living. Then plant cell and animal cell, it is given in your book, children. Here, this one I told you, table 2.1. Learn from there, no need to write in the copy. Then smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum. 1 point I told you, the endoplasmic reticulum which has ribosomes on it is, which do not have ribosomes, they are rough, smooth, and endoplasmic reticulum which have ribosomes on them, they are called rough endoplasmic reticulum. This one you will write in your copy. Up to true, false, please do in the book. Differentiate between, you will write in the copy. Answer the following question. Define cell. How were cells discovered? Define cell, I have underlined. You can write from the keywords also. How they were discovered, you will simply write, since it is the brief answer, you will write they were discovered by Robert Hooke by the help of his microscope. State cell theory, I have marked in the book. Where is the cell theory? Those points only you will write down here. Page number 24. So cell theory along with the scientist's name you will write. Then next one, briefly explain structure of the nucleus of the cell with the help of a diagram. I have shown that diagram in that video. In this video you can see, and there you have to draw the diagram. In this nucleus you will write down about the structure, that is, it has a membrane, it has nucleoplasm, it has chromosomes, it has genes, it has nucleolus. Along with that function of nucleus you will write down. Sorry, what is the function of lysosome in an animal cell? This one here you will find it out in page number 28. During the time of emergency, this part you will write. Along with that you will also write, it helps in intracellular and extracellular digestion of materials. Okay, next question number, how are daughter cells formed? Simply you will write, daughter cells are formed by the process of cell division. What is the importance of cell division? Here 3 points are there. This 1, 2 and 3. The points are important. This all you can write in one sentence. Next, detail answers. Discuss the variation in cell shape, size and number. Cell shape, this all only you will write down, nerve cell, what shape, muscle shape, only shapes you will write, nothing else, no more in detail. And about number you will write, the cells are unicellular, or animals are maybe unicellular having one cell, or multicellular having more than one cell. So variation in size you will write, the cells are microscopic in size, they are measured in microns. You can also write, the smallest cell is this one, the largest cell is this one. Next question is, explain the structure of an animal cell. This one, children, no need to explain the structure, only you draw the diagram. Number C, draw a neat and label diagram of a plant cell. Again, no need to describe the structures, only draw the label diagram. So in one page of your copy, in your biology copy, children, as I told you, one side will be plain, one side will be ruling. Ruling side you will write down, plain side you will draw the diagram. So that diagram page you just divide it into half. Upper part you draw the plant cell, the down part you draw the animal cell with proper labeling. Don't use pen in the drawing page. Next, differentiate between plant and animal cell. Already you are writing here, so no need to write again, or you learn from the book directly. Write a note on the discovery of cells. This one, children, in this first page, this paragraph here, you will write in brief, it is asking, so you simply write from here, English scientist name Robert Hooke. From here up to how much I am telling you, please, under his crude microscope. Then he will write, he noticed this one, compartments, he this much only. Okay, that much only you will write, how much I have marked. Next question, give the steps involved in preparing a slice of onion. This one here, children, this answer is given here, activity 1. So how will you write the answer? First one, we remove a fleshy leaf from onion bulb, then we strip a thin layer with forceps, then we place a piece of it in the drop of water on a clean slide, then with a dropper we add a drop of iodine and cover it gently with a cover slip. We use a filter paper to clean the excess water. Finally we place the slide on the microscope, and then we see that in this way we prepare the slide and we observe under the microscope. Then you can draw this diagram. Okay, children, I hope you have understood. Now some answers I have written it down for you, children, the parts of the cell along with their structure and function. Please, you can take the screenshot of this and you write it down in your biology copies, and then you learn it by heart. Structure and function. Hope it is clear to you, children. See that? Yes, please note it down in your copies, biology copies. Sorry. I hope you can understand what is written. If it is not clear to you, please take the screenshots, then you can zoom it out and you can write from there. Yes. These are the parts. 8 number lysosome, structure and function is written here. Number 9 is ribosomes. This is the structure, this is the function. Number 9 endoplasmic reticulum, structure and function. Number 10 plastids, structure and function. Then number 11 centrosome, this is the structure, this is the function. Now along with this, I have told you there are some structures which are present only in plant cell, some structures which are present only in animal cell. So this chapter, I think it is over, children. Please go through the video clearly. The exercise part also I have discussed, so that also you solve. Revision zone, do it in the book. Fill in the blanks, keywords and true false, do in the book itself. And the remaining things which I told to write in the copy, write it down and try to learn it by heart. And from this chapter, children, your diagrams include plant cell and animal cell. Those two diagrams, please practice it properly along with the labelings which are given in your book. Do this first one, that flow chart, that one you prepare, learn from the book. This nucleus diagram given in the exercise, you have to draw that. So this much you do in this chapter. Hope you have understood. I have tried my level best to make you understand. Hope you have understood. Please complete the copy work and learn them by heart. Thank you for watching.